For several weeks, our hosts Anton Dukrevet and Joly Akmechet have been traveling around the country and showing you the most interesting tourist and natural places. In the last episode, we have visited the Burrell burial mounds. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, we did not get a chance to see the Aral ships, which is known as mythical. Anyways, we had fun and swam in the beautiful lake Kamystybas. Today's episode will be even more informative. Joly will explore a sacred map of South Kazakhstan, and the first place is Akmechet Cave. Anton will have an incredible trek to the Altai lakes, Maka, Kol and Zaysan. And we'll also visit the most sinister place, the Keen Kirish Tract. Interested? Stay tuned. Akmechet Cave has long been considered the most mysterious place in the south of Kazakhstan. It is also called the Jibek cavity. Its origin is still unknown. Akmechet is located in Jibek district of South Kazakhstan region, 90 kilometers from the city of Shymkent. Approximate travel time is 1.5 hours. A trip to this shrine is very pleasing with its views. You just enjoy the beautiful nature. It seems like these landscapes were painted by a brilliant master. It is great that you don't need to use any map to find Akmechet. The road goes straight and stops at the observation deck. Then you just need to walk for 3 to 4 minutes. Today the cave has a safe entrance and a staircase. Well, it is very steep, so you need to go down carefully. The depth of the cave is about 40 meters. Inside you need to wear a helmet, because it is unsafe here. Stones may fall. Many generations have been talking about this unusual cave. Earlier it did not have such entrance because no one knew its location. However, in the beginning of the last century, parts of the rock collapsed, and that led to the formation of the passage. You can still see blocks of collapsed rock, which are almost completely covered with earth. Over time, the locals arranged the entrance, and the rumor about the mysterious cave spread in a short time. So gradually, tourists and pilgrims started coming to this place. People come here to ask for health, well-being and marital happiness. And they say after visiting the cave, God gives children to families who can't have children. Of course, the cave is covered with all sorts of legends. According to one of them, a dragon once lived here. He used to bring many disasters to people. He burned the fields and destroyed the cattle. Only the prophet Suleiman managed to defeat the monster. He locked the creature in that cave and put a chain on him. They say that these patterns on the walls of the cave were made with the dragon's wings and tail. No one knows how many years he had been here and what happened to him after, but the place where he slept is still located in the very center of the cave. Well, that is an interesting legend. You decide whether you believe it or not. In the meantime, we are moving to East Kazakhstan, and our second film crew has its own, no less amazing stories. Well, we are continuing our journey, and we are on the old Austrian Road. Its highest point is 2,084 meters above sea level. If you close your eyes for a second and listen to silence, you can imagine and hear the sound of pickaxes and shovels which were used by the prisoners and subjects of the Austro-Hungarian Empire who built this road in 1914. But what is more surprising is that after more than a century this road still functions. And it connects Canton Karagay and Kochum districts. Today we're continuing to travel along this road to Maka Kol. Well, if you're going there, then it is best to use off-road vehicles. If only Anton knew about it before. According to the good old tradition, the host decided to go to the lake on his own. It looks he will remember that trip for a long time. The road goes through 2 huge passes, several rivers and swamps. In 1912-1914, 10,000 prisoners of war worked here. It is hard to imagine that people made their way without any equipment, only pickaxes and shovels. This is a real 150-kilometer monument dedicated to human labor. For almost 2 hours, Anton has been trying to reach his destination, Lake Makakol. It is located in the reserve, created in 1976. Today its area is almost 103,000 hectares. The lake is located at the altitude of 1,447 meters above sea level.
Это красивейшее озеро, но это оно не менее красивое, чем Боровое.
This is a beautiful lake, no less beautiful than Borovoye. This is a mountain lake. About 70 rivers flow into it. This lake was formed because of these rivers. There is an amazing fish, lenok, which is endemic. There are very few places in the world where it can be found, only 3 or 4.
Это эндемик, которая во всем мире, наверное, очень мало где оно водится. В 3 или в 4 местах по всему миру.
From the south, the highlight of East Kazakhstan is surrounded by the majestic Azutau Mountains, and from the north by the Kochum Range. The place is quite famous, and tourists come here from various parts of the world. Makakol is about 430 kilometers away from Ust-Kamenogorsk. Travel time is about 7 hours. The road can take the whole day. Therefore, it is better to leave the city early in the morning. In fact, many tourists come here for 2-3 days. Some make a tent camp, and some prefer to rent a room in the nearby village of Urunkaika.
Сам Алтай, Восточный Казахстан, в нем некая таинственность.
There is some mysterious energy in Altai and East Kazakhstan, some kind of power. The ancient people of Altai lived there, and they still live. There are more of them on the Russian side, and they have an unusual language. The names Urunkaika, Makakol and others originate from their language.
Там очень много названий и всяких понятий именно с их языковыми особенностями.
Remember, the road goes through the mountains. It has dangerous areas. Therefore, you need to have good driving skills, and of course, the vehicle must be prepared. Anton is still on his way to the indescribable beauty of nature. Despite the difficult path, we are sure that our host will not regret the chosen route. By the way, follow our journey in the social networks using the hashtag Across the Kazakhland. You'll find lots of interesting news. So Joly is going to tell you more about the mysterious cave Akmechet. According to a legend, during the war with the Jungars, Batyr Yesekep Koykeldi and his 10,000 army waited for a heavy rain to stop in this cave. In general, there are a lot of legends about this cave. According to one of them, women and children were hiding here from the Jungars' invasion, which is evidenced by different sources. People believe that such places have mystical properties. The energy here is special, so people come here to regain composure. Of course, this is not scientifically confirmed. Sometimes just a faith helps to heal various things. The topic is still controversial. However, if there are so many people who want to go to Akmechet, maybe there are things that can't be explained. Well, this is not my first time here. I have been here twice in spring. The trees were without leaves, and I did not feel the difference in temperature. It's hot outside today, and when you come down here, it is cool. I definitely recommend everyone to come and see. Yes, it's better to see once, as they say. By the way, where is our Anton? How much longer?
Сколько?
Let's go. We should probably tell you more about the reserve. Imagine more than 1,000 species of plants grow here. On the way to the lake, you can pick up ripe berries, red currants, raspberries, barberries and gooseberries. You can also find redbud species, for example, Altai rhubarb, the alpine club moss or steppe peony. In addition, dozens of medicinal herbs grow here too. Due to this diversity, the place has become favorable for many species of birds and animals, including deer, wolverine, brown bears, sables, mink and snow leopards. I think if a person is going there, it is not necessary to plan everything. Everything there is beautiful. The nature is untouched. People are friendly. They will tell you where to go or other things. Fresh air and coolness. We should definitely walk around those picturesque places. There is just a slight hitch. Meanwhile, in Shymkent, it's hot, almost plus 40, but Joly's is alright. Indeed, in the Akmechet Cave, the temperature is only 15 degrees. In this weather, you don't even want to go out. The cave is very popular with those who are engaged in various spiritual practices and meditations. Surprising is the fact that inside Akmechet Cave it is always cool, no matter how high the temperature is outside. Inside you can see water droplets flowing from the walls. They feed the plants growing there. An amazing place, a must-visit in Turkestan region. It is interesting that people come to Akmechet not only from all over our vast country. It is very popular among the Chinese. And all thanks to the legend of the dragon. It is known that this mythical animal is considered a national symbol among the inhabitants of China. And if the dragon lived here once, then now every Chinese person should visit this place, as our neighbors ironically admit. Can you believe that at the time of Expo 2017, 19 tourist groups from China came here? Cave watchers say that the flow of people does not stop. Every day, in any weather, they come here. So let us together discover the unexplored expanses of Kazakhstan.
Иди пешком. Все хорошо.
Go on foot. Everything is fine. In the village of Untitled, the boy named Tolia told us that it takes about 20 minutes. The lake is close. We've been walking for 40 minutes. In the late afternoon, Anton has finally reached Lake Makakol. In the evening, it is even more beautiful than in the pictures. The size of the reservoir is amazing, 38 kilometers long and 19 kilometers wide. This is the second largest lake of Altai. On the right side of the lake, there is a mountain called Samovar, because of the clouds that usually are above it. The nature of Altai is not only picturesque, but also severe. This is the coldest terrain in Kazakhstan. In winter, in these regions, the temperature drops to minus 55 degrees. Even in summer, not many people can swim in the lake. But for those who love fishing, that's a real paradise. They catch linok and grayling. Basically, every fisherman has a good catch here. Locals say that it's best to go fishing here in the fall or winter. Well, finally, Lake Makakol. It took us a long time to see one of the most beautiful places in Central Asia. This lake is unique because it is surrounded by mountain taiga. At the same time, birch and willow grow on the shore of the lake. This is common to the most northern landscape. By the way, the Makakol Reserve, which has become reserve in 1976, is a paradise for ornithologists because rare species of birds live here, such as the black stork, wood grouse and pelican. I have not seen them yet, and the water in the lake is considered fresh and very soft. At the same time, water changes its color depending on the weather. A lot of people have heard about Lake Makakol, but few actually have been here. Perhaps that is why those places have retained their regional appearance and a special silence, which noisy megalopolises are missing. If you ever go to Lake Makakol, remember that this is still a conservation area and border zone. Therefore, to get here, it is necessary to get a special pass at the Border Guard Service of the National Security Committee. After solving some formalities and a long journey, you will see a real fairy tale in a world of virgin nature. We are always surprised of how unique Kazakhstan is. Every corner of our country is a great mystery which we still have to solve. And one of those mysteries is Akmechet Cave, located near Shymkent. It is still not clear how the cave appeared. There are no mountains nearby. It is also impossible to explain why right up to the entrance there is a huge grove of mulberry trees and elms. But on the surface, within a several kilometers range, there are no trees at all. The atmosphere reminds of a Jurassic Park. It seems that dinosaurs are about to appear. Standing here in the very center of the cave, you can see that the entrance to the cave looks like shiny rock. Locals say that once there was a Khan's camp here. I am a videographer and I think it is a beautiful location. Not only beautiful but mystical. You can feel the atmosphere and the spirit of this place that so many people saw. Look at these stone pyramids. They are here not by a coincidence. Each time their number grows. The pilgrims put them here. Each stone is their most cherished desire. Tourists believe that this is an unusual place with strong energy, and in such places, even the most unrealistic dreams come true. Well, perhaps we should make a couple too. And one of them is to go to East Kazakhstan right now. Done. This territory extends from east to west for almost 8,000 kilometers and 700 kilometers from north to south. The region is located at the intersection of the borders of Kazakhstan, Russia, China and Mongolia. Incredibly, the region has rich natural landscapes, deserts, steppes, taiga, majestic mountains, turbulent rivers and mysterious lakes. Rich in natural resources, this land has been attracting people since ancient times. This is evidenced by all sorts of finds of ancient settlements. The area is unique with its tourism opportunities. Due to its geographical and political features, most of the territory remained inaccessible for a huge flow of people. We left Lake Makakol with its wonderful roads that are impossible to get out from. We are heading to Lake Zaysan, and those sands over there are China, but we will not go there. Well, by the way, next time you will go to Lake Makakol on your own, Joly. The film crew has been in East Kazakhstan for more than a week now. We have already managed to get used to its picturesque landscapes, emerald greenery, beautiful singing of, when suddenly, on the road from Makakol Lake along the border to Zaysan Lake, we see an unexpected beauty, the Kiin Karish Tract. We seem to have moved in time and space. No people, no network. It seems that animals all ran away. Absolute silence. The Kiin Karish Valley is located in Kochum district, about 500 kilometers from the city of Ust-Kamenogorsk. Estimated travel time is 8-9 hours. Finding this place is not easy. The area is located in a valley. There are no signs. Therefore, you need a guide. The red desert consists of many clay rocks of fiery color. For many centuries, the elements of nature have created a special, colorful landscape. Clay deposits of all shades of red formed during the Mesozoic era when dinosaurs still existed. That is the small corner of Mars on Earth. Well, we continue our journey. You can follow us using the hashtag across the Kazakh land. They tracked Kiin Karish. And here we have an artifact of the Mesozoic era. Special pipe to call spirits. We are calling. While getting ready to go to Kiin Karish Valley, remember that there is no drinking water nearby. Keep your eyes on what's under your feet. There are lots of scorpions, huge crickets and other insects. But the most dangerous threat is posed by the strong wind and rain, and the weather in this region changes quickly. Natural elements are the main artists of the tract. From year to year, one landscape turns into another. Kiin Karish is a living natural composition. You can watch it for a long time and find something new each time. The views are better if you climb on the hill, so you can also feel as the ruler of a fairy tale state. You can spend hours wandering among the clay labyrinths. From above, the mountains look like gigantic blazing fires rushing towards the sky. People who live in the tract of Kirish make all sorts of myths. In the ancient times, this place supposedly served as a sacrifice. There is no evidence of such legends, but a huge hollow with strange stones still frightens. None of the members of the film crew expected that the road from Makakol Lake to Zaisan Lake would be so exhausting and treacherous. Numerous spots as if they want to confuse travelers, leaving them alone in the middle of the desert, without food, water and strength. The weather was an additional test for us. Many have even lost all hope of getting to the next destination, and only Anton tried to encourage the team in every possible way. And when it seemed we lost the way, literally a few meters away, a multicolored expanse of Lake Zaisan appeared. You did not believe that, but we reached Zaisan.
Озеро Зайсан таки достигли!
In this connection, we want to remind you about the competition. Repeat the photo of Anton Dukravets on Lake Zaisan, posted in the Instagram using the hashtag across the Kazakh land, and get a chance to win valuable prizes. Lake Zaisan is located 500 kilometers from the city of Ust-Kamenogorsk. Travel time is 7-8 hours. Presumably, the reservoir was formed 60 million years ago as a result of the movement of tectonic plates. It is one of the most ancient on Earth. The resulting bowl gradually filled with water of mountain rivers. In the past, the lake was larger in size. This can be determined by the traces of the surf. Local views make an indelible impression, especially at sunset. The lake is surrounded by mountains from all the sides. Altai eternal glaciers can be seen in the northeast, Kolbinsky in the northwest, and the Tabagatai ridges in the south.
Утро на озере Зайсан – чудесное время. Вообще, по легенде, вот это озеро образовалось...
Morning on Lake Zaisan. According to legend, this lake was formed after the fall of the meteorite. When it fell, a deep hollow was formed. Great!
Разноцветные скалы, длинные отложения вокруг озера Зайсан – это как раз-таки следствие падения этого метеорита, который вызвал все эти породы на поверхность. Вода в озере достаточно мутная, но, несмотря на это, очень теплая и мягкая. Поэтому, когда вы сюда заберетесь, порой даже не захочется вылезать, потому что в воде будет теплее, чем снаружи. Как хорошо!
It is believed that the name Zaisan is associated with the Mongolian word Saikan. It means beautiful. 3 centuries ago, the lake was called Kizil Po. A bit later, Kordsan or simply Teniz. The noise of the surf resembles the sound of a bell. It was even called the Lake of Bells. A large number of fish is found in the lake. They say that in ancient times it saved entire nations from starvation. Here there are 23 species of fish, 17 of them are commercial. People fish here for perch, pike, crucian carp and bream. The lake water is silty. It is brought by the rivers that flow into the reservoir of mountain rivers from the Ural-Tai, the Tabagatai and Saur ranges. Well, our journey continues. You can follow it using the hashtag across the Kazakh land. We passed Zaisan Lake and heading to the Tabagatai Mountains. Here they are on the horizon, and they go up to China. And our path goes through the cold steppe. You will find out about this in the next episode. That's all for today. We opened the first page of the sacred book of southern Kazakhstan, the mysterious Akmechet Cave. With great difficulty, but we could get to the amazing spots of Altai, Makakol and Zaisan lakes. And just for a moment, we felt like astronauts on an uncharted planet. Follow our news in the social networks using the hashtag across the Kazakh land